You're listening to Spotlight on Business on Newstalk 95.3, Michiana's news channel. Once again, here's your host, Laura Smith.
Welcome back to the Merchant Alliance Show. I'm Laura Smith, and this is the show that really gives you insight into the most wonderful small businesses, privately owned businesses in our downtown Elkhart area, which I think are second to none. They are number one in my book. It's where I go shopping. I purposely bought my house so that I could be walking distance to Main Street in Elkhart because I just love the vibe there. I love the energy of downtown Elkhart. You can find out everything that's going on, everything from restaurants to different store hours and everything in between at downtownelkhart.com. And the Merchant Alliance, I think, is a very special group of people in downtown Elkhart who actually, instead of being cutthroat and competitive, they work together like a team to make each other flourish and to make downtown amazing. And I just am one of the people who is actually at the forefront of all of the Merchant Alliance is Angie Rockenbaugh of Interior Motives here, and now a newly licensed real estate broker for Coldwell Banker. So she is really got a lot going on in her life, but she handles it with perfect aplomb. She really does. And you are is it the president of the Merchant Alliance or what? Some kind of a title?
Yeah, I guess that's my title. So,
well, yes.
Yeah, I'm going into my second year as president of the Merchant Alliance. And I just have to do a shout out to all of the businesses and organizations that come to the meetings faithfully every month. They have such camaraderie, and the city of Elkhart has really stepped up and gotten involved. They are just wanting to get the communication open between the merchants and what's going on with the city, and just giving us a glimpse of the vision and the future of downtown Elkhart has been amazing. And it's so exciting to see all the changes that are coming. And with that, we're going to have to deal with some inconveniences like road closures and things like that. But I really appreciate the city stepping up and saying, okay, this is our vision, but to get there, these are the things that are going to have to happen. And I think with all of that communication is just really helped bridge the gap. And so I'm very thankful for that. But to all of our merchants downtown that come every month, I cannot express my gratitude because they are there to build each other up. We all have the same goal, is to make Elkhart just the most amazing city in the state to visit.
It is. And, there's something for everybody. Mm-hmm. We really do have everything because that's important to me. I came from a village like that in New York, mm-hmm. and I said, I need to replicate that back in Indiana. Mm-hmm. And so Elkhart for me had that buzz, that vibe mm-hmm. of that. Everything from the Lerner Theater mm-hmm. to the variety of beautiful boutiques, clothing stores, the restaurants. Phenomenal. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're just really blessed. I mean, we are.
And some of the things that we have brewing for 2026, some of the events that we're working on, I think are really just going to take downtown Elkhart to the next level. We're really trying to showcase what we have with the arts and with the music and just really ramp up the cultural side of Elkhart. I'm just really excited with some of the things that are coming in the next few months that we'll be announcing. I can't tell you right now, but okay. We're getting close.
We're getting close. Well, I think of Elkhart and music, they kind of go hand in hand. And I love that. That was another reason I wanted to buy in Elkhart because of its history with the Jazz Festival.
Right.
And just music in general.
Yes.
I mean, that last concert that the city of Elkhart put on, and our mayor, Rod Robertson, he had a lot to do with that, I know. But Kool and the Gang.
And the Commodores.
And the Commodores. That was honestly probably one of the most fun things I've done since I moved back almost 6 years ago.
Yes.
It was phenomenal.
Yes, it was great.
And apparently he's planning on doing another one this coming year because it was such a big 10,000 people were there in the green.
Right. Yeah. And it's just building that community again. And, We were just so isolated during COVID and just really told to stay away from each other. So I think there's just this level of loneliness that people are dealing with, and anything that we can do to create events that bring people together and to support one another. I think that is so important these days.
Absolutely. Well, let's put your real estate aside for just a moment and put your interior design hat on. I'm always interested in hearing, what are the trends? What are you seeing? You obviously go to market before anybody, to see what is hot for sale that people are wanting to put in their homes. What are you seeing that you like? Are you seeing things that you're not particularly fond of, but that doesn't matter to you because you just you can do anything with any genre or color? What's happening now? What's trendy?
So as a designer, I don't follow trends necessarily because trends come and go and they don't reflect people's personalities. So I'm not a Pinterest designer by any sense of the imagination. I design for the client. I design for the home that we're working on, to respect both of those and bringing them together. However, if you want to know what the trends are, the pendulum has swung into the opposite direction. So for so many years, everything was white on white on white with gray and black. And we are getting away from that. And so you take the polar opposite of that, and now we're going with deep, rich, moody colors, moody textures. But we're just invoking all of the senses again, which I love, and that's who I am. I love to design with organic materials in mind, just bringing the outside in.
Oh, I love that.
I do too. And that's just organic architecture. Frank Lloyd Wright is like one of my heroes of architecture. And he always did it from an organic perspective. And that's how I've always done it as well, is just I'm thinking about nature. That's what we're comfortable in. Not necessarily on gloomy days like today, but just bringing those colors in and those textures. And I think it's so important to our psyche.
Absolutely. And, I what I love, your furniture reflects that. You have such interesting pieces that I would say buck the trends for sure. I mean, it could be anything from cowhide to chenille, and yet it's all kind of presented in the same area. And it's just modern and classic and all sorts of like kind of things that you're like, that must be something new because I haven't seen that. Or, which my favorite is mid-century modern. You have it all. You have it all at Interior Motives.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's funny because we'll bring accessories in, for example, and we may have them for a while because the quote unquote trend hasn't caught up to us. So it's really fun to bring in those pieces because we can showcase what's coming. And it's exciting. It's exciting to see how the design trend has shifted because it is getting back to comfortable living, which is something that we just haven't experienced in quite a while.
Comfortable living. What a concept.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you kind of want your home to feel comfortable when you walk in it. And not that you don't want to sit on the furniture because it's just too much of an art piece or whatever.
Right.
You want to be able to curl up and get cozy no matter what. And again, Interior Motives has something for everyone and samples, and I just love it. I like going in there. I mean, if I could, I would just go in there and kind of hang out for hours.
I'd be okay with that. I wouldn't get anything done, but yes.
Well, it is. It's just that kind of atmosphere. Now, when people are looking for real estate and they want to find you, what do you offer them in addition to being a great broker? Which, do you feel like you've been doing it longer than you have real estate?
Yeah, in some ways, because like I said, it just seems like my two worlds kind of go together. And it's funny, when I tell people I'm a real estate broker now, they kind of look at me like, why? And then the other question is, when are you going to have time? And it's been a learning curve. I'm not going to say it hasn't been, but the more I do it, the more I'm able to bring the two together. So it is a lot of work. It is basically two careers, but bringing them together isn't quite as awful as I thought it would be.
Uh-huh.
So It's been a lot of fun, and I love both sides of it.
That's great. It must be fun on some level, or you wouldn't do it, because you are such a fun personality.
Yeah, I do. I do love it. And it has its challenges. Nothing is perfect. And real estate is one of the hardest careers in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I am starting to see that because there is so much to learn, but it's also exciting because I do love learning.
Mm-hmm.
And so everything that I'm learning, I'm just absorbing like a sponge, and just being able to walk these journeys with people and being able to help people. That's the love. I think that's why I love interior design so much, is because I'm making the space personal to them, but also just walking that journey with them, which is kind of a personal thing.
You're wonderful with people on every level. So whether it's design and now real estate, you really are a people person. And so I can't imagine anything that would be better for you and for us in this community that you exist, that you're here. How can people get in touch with you, whether it's for interior design or to buy or sell their home?
They can call our office, our showroom. That phone number is 574-262-9616. Or they can reach out to us on our website. And that website is im321.design.
The letters im321.design?
Correct.
Wow. Cool email address. People can remember that for sure. And so for 2026, I encourage anyone listening to our voices right now, do yourself a favor. Go into Interior Motives. Meet everyone. Meet Angie. And then also remember that not only can she help you buy your home or sell it, but then she can help you design your next space. It's a win-win-win-win. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And thank you for all that you do for downtown Elkhart as the president of the Merchant Alliance. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura.
You're listening to the Merchant Alliance Show, the first one of 2026. And anything you'd like to know about downtown Elkhart, it's a great website too. downtownelkhart.com.
If you missed any part of today's show, log on to 953mnc.com and look for the Spotlight on Business podcast. Be sure to tune in again next Sunday afternoon at 4:30 for Spotlight on Business on News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel, your breaking news and weather station.
Podcasts by Federated Media.